Can Sean Strickland become UFC champion again? Let me know in the comment section what you think, but I say yes, because his fighting style is rooted in fundamentals. His jab is fantastic. He has great defense with his blocking, and he's always on the end of people's punches. Sean Strickland rarely gets hit clean. He's always at a distance where if you do hit him, you're fully extended and on the end of your punch, or he already blocked your shot with his arm or something, and it deflects from his arm to his face, and you technically hit him, but he took a lot of steam off the punch by blocking. These timeless fundamentals will carry Sean later into his career, rather than, let's say, it Israel Adesanya, who relied more on his speed and athleticism, the footwork, trying to be finesse. Sean Strickland, his athletic decline will not affect his fundamentals. However, someone like an Israel Adesanya, who would run around the cage, and, it worked because he was so fast, right? Izzy was the fastest middleweight for a long time. He had the best reflexes for a long time. But when you start to hit 35 years old and, for whatever reason, the drop-off is there, you have to fall back on something else. Muhammad Ali did it. I always bring up Muhammad Ali in this because he used to be that guy, Mr. Reflexes and everything, but then he came back and he changed up his fighting style because he wasn't as fast. He became more of a rope-a-dope guy, someone who showed his toughness. He'll block, and then he'll exchange with you, and he'll outlast you pretty much. You have to adjust, and the way Sean Strickland needs to adjust is by throwing his right hand. He needs to open up more, and he needs to believe in his right hand. His right hand needs to become his best friend. He cannot just jab his way to losses anymore, because it's not working, and it's not cool. Nobody likes it. It's disappointing. And that's another thing too. I was more disappointed in Sean Strickland than I was impressed by Dricus du Plessis. And I like Dricus, I really do. He gives like George St. Pierre vibes when it comes to really conducting yourself as a champion and things like that. He's just a little more outspoken and direct when it comes to the confrontation. With that said, Dricus did not impress me. He didn't show me anything where I was like, wow, look at Dricus. It was more so, damn, Sean, what are you doing? You know what I mean? It was more so looking at Sean, scratching your head, thinking, what is this guy doing? And that's really the biggest improvement he needs to make, is throwing something off the jab. The jab is a fantastic setup punch, but that's what it's used for, a setup punch. The jab should not be your main weapon. Even if you've got a piston-like jab, even if you've got a powerful jab, even if you've got, something that could stun some, like George Foreman kind of jab would hurt some people. Sean Strickland doesn't have that kind of power, so let's not even dive into that hypothetical. But Sean Strickland needs to embrace that he is a volume puncher. He is a guy who succeeds more when he's throwing punches and he's throwing off of his jab. You can't succeed if you're a volume puncher and you're fighting like you've got some one-hitter quitter in your back pocket. You don't. Not everybody does, and that's okay, but you need to fight to your strengths. And Sean Strickland doesn't fight to his strengths. I don't know why. I think there is something there psychologically. I think there's something there when Sean Strickland begins to lose a lead. He kind of reserves it because he don't want to get knocked out, maybe. I don't know. I'm just being an armchair psychologist in that little moment there, but, he can most certainly become a champion again. And lastly, here's the last point. His ability to stay in the headlines, his ability to be relevant, right? Sean Strickland, whether you agree with him or you cringe at him and you disagree, whatever side of the fence you sit on when it comes to Sean Strickland, you care. You care, you click on the articles, you click on the videos such as this one that you're watching. Thank you if you made it this far into the video, by the way. Leave a like if you did. So yeah, in that case, he'll always be in there because he's always going to be on the minds of fans. He's going to be a popular enough guy where he could fill in on short notice. You get what I'm saying? He could do things like that. Sean Strickland will 100% have another title opportunity before it's all said and done. And in my opinion, Sean Strickland's only ever like 2 fights away. Sean Strickland, let's say Sean Strickland goes out there and he fights Robert Whittaker and he beats Robert Whittaker. Let's just say. Which I think that's the fight to make because Sean Strickland had some words about Robert Whittaker saying that he's washed up now, saying that's the reason why Drick is beat him, blah, blah, blah. Well, if he's washed up, let's see if you can go in there and show us that he's still washed up, okay? And this is coming off a Hamzat loss where he broke the bottom of his teeth. So probably the best time to be fighting Whittaker right now, to be honest with you. So give him Whittaker. And if he beats Whittaker, dude, Sean Strickland's right there again. Sean Strickland's right back in it again. And then you got to remember this Imavov guy, Sean Strickland beat him. You know what I mean? You could also do a rematch between Sean Strickland and Izzy if you wanted to, but I feel like that sets Sean far back because Izzy's now got 3 losses in a row, even though it is still Izzy, right? 3 losses from some scrub is one thing, but 3 losses from Izzy is like, you know, he's still Izzy. He still has the name value. So that's what I think. I think Sean Strickland really isn't that far away from a title shot. I really don't think he's like, oh, never a title shot again. I think people need to slow down with that, and people need to put all of these into attention, I guess. I don't know how I should word that, but if you know how to word that better, comment it below. But anyways, let me know what you think. Whether you agree with me or disagree with me, it does not matter. Leave a comment below. Leave a like if you enjoy the time spent. Follow for more, and thank you. You are all appreciated.